Good afternoon, everybody. Tommy Jordan here. It's November 25th, 2024. This is for Western Carolina. And I hope you guys will grab this and share the crap out of it. It's not going to be a short video, but I'm trying to head off what is, I'm seeing it myself on social media in the local groups in the Western Carolina that I'm part of. I'm also seeing it in phone calls that I'm having with people from my team with phone calls to county government. You have got local county government officials getting death threats. And I know they're getting death threats because I'm seeing copies of the emails and text messages because I asked for them. I was like, really? That's what, yeah, on their personal cell phone. People are doxing local officials now, putting out their cell phone numbers, and now they're getting harassed by random cowardly strangers. First off, I think that's about the most despicable thing that you can do. As someone that's been through that themselves, it's not fun. But second, you're making your own life a lot more miserable, and you're not helping anybody. So let me start by explaining some things that maybe people don't understand. And a lot of this comes back to people mad because they want these tiny homes and RVs to be just build them, give them, build them, give them, build them, give them, and let's deal with the consequences later. And as a taxpayer or just a person, I completely agree with the sentiment. As someone who has been a county commissioner, a chairman of the board of commission, a vice chairman of the board of commission, on the water and sewer authority, on the airport authority, on the board of health, I think I served every board you can serve on. I have sat in every single one of those seats, all the way from the lowest guy in the county to the most powerful position that the county has, which is the chairman of the board of commissioners. I've served all those roles. I was blessed to serve those in my county, Stanley County. Just so you know, the same rules that apply to me apply to the commissioners and the county managers in Western Carolina. So let me explain something for the dumb people in the back that don't seem to want to listen. First off, I warned you guys about this a while back. I've already done a video on this, that these tiny homes that people are feeling so inspired to build. First off, be clear so you guys know, most of these are not tiny homes. They're build-a-barns. They're shed kits is what they are. The walls are 2x4 construction with a little bit of sheathing, no Tyvek wrap, no weather barrier, just sheathing. And for the uninformed, that means plywood of some kind. They're 2x4 or 2x6 floors. They are 2x4 rafters and roofs. That's not going to fly. The thing that's become a problem is people have started to build these, and now there are these folks on social media going, oh my God, the county government has gone out and burned all these buildings that so-and-so donated. First off, that is 100% absolutely unadulterated bullshit. Never happened. Hasn't happened. All right? That's not happening. No one's doing that. You're reading crap on Facebook, and then you're getting pissed off, and you're regurgitating the same crap because you're too stupid to fact check your own stuff. I'm redoing this video because I got angry the first time. I'm trying to keep it toned down the second time. I hate keyboard warriors who are too stupid to bother to research their own info. Anyway, so first off, that's not happening. County governments are not going out and tearing people out of their homes. They're not burning these homes en masse. They're not burning up these gifts of free shelter. That's not happening. What is going to happen is that when somebody spends their hard-earned money or volunteers and brings it down, or however it happens, that you show up with somebody's property with a build-a-barn kit and go, live in this, that person may go, thank you so much, I appreciate that. And then they call the county and they try and get things like, can I get some temporary power here so I can get, so I can have some lights? And the county goes, no, you can't. Why not? Well, fine. I'll run a generator. Can I get water so this toilet that somebody was kind enough to provide me can flush? Nope, you can't. Well, that's when folks get mad. One of these people got mad, and I'm not going to call all of it by name, got mad and has now started going to other groups, trying to get these groups to form their own little coalition of people that she thinks is going to do something. They're not going to do squat, nothing. I mean, she doesn't know me. I know who she is. She doesn't know me, but I'm telling you, face to face right now, it's not going to happen. You're not going to accomplish squat. All you're going to do is make people's lives more miserable. So let me explain to you why it's not going to happen. North Carolina is not what we call a home rule state. Wait a minute, Tommy, why does that matter? It does, because most people don't know this. I didn't know this, and I was a sitting commissioner. And I'll save the analogies for another time, because this video is going to be long enough as it is. But let's just say what you want is, hey, county government, hey, county commissioner, county manager, you should just relax the rule and allow us to give these folks 2x4 wall homes because they got to have something. Okay, that's a sensible request. The answer is still no. It's not no because they're evil. It's no because they don't have the legal authority to say yes. Understand that. They cannot say yes. I'll go into why before I'll go into how to cover this. So I told you that Carolina is not a home rule state. What does that mean? There are states called home rule states where if you look at your state's general statutes, your code book for the state, if there's no rule there about a certain thing, you can make one. Makes sense, right? Let's say there's no state rule about loud music after 10 a.m. on a Sunday morning. Well, then in a home rule state, a local government could say, from now on, there's going to be no loud music on Sundays from 10 to 2 within 1,000 feet of a church. That seems like a perfectly cool rule to write, right? I mean, it's respectful. Nope. Carolina doesn't have that rule. Carolina is not a home rule state. We're not quite a Dillon's rule state either. But I'm going to quote Miss Amy from the North Carolina School of Government, who is an awesome resource, by the way. Instead of a broad delegation of authority, North Carolina local governments operate under authority granted by individual statutes, including specific statutes directing courts to interpret the grants of authority broadly. Government Statutes 160A-4 and NC General Statute 153A-4. So, you can look these up for yourself. You keyboard warrior, go have fun. What that means is, if there is not a rule on the books, county commissioners, county managers can't make one. If there is a rule on the books, county commissioners, county governments can come together and make more stringent rules in some cases. For example, if the rule was you have to have at least 2x6 exterior walls, which is the rule, by the way, then you could say, because we're in a snow zone, we have a lot of snow load problems, and we want to require extra insulation. All exterior walls have to be 8-inch walls, 2x8 instead. So you can make a stronger rule. You cannot weaken the state rule. The state rule is 2x6. Exterior walls have got to be 2x6. Your floor joist have to support, I think it's R38, which means like a 2x10 floor. Can't be a 2x6, can't be a 2x4. Your roof supports have to support a certain insulation rating, which means they have to have a certain stud depth, joist depth, truss depth, well, whatever. I'll find the word in a minute. So you can't do 2x4 roof trusses. They have to be, I think you can get away with 2x8 for roof trusses. 2x6 for walls, 2x4s for interior walls is fine. They aren't structural. I mean, that's fine. Although you don't really have interior walls in a tiny home. So, build-a-barns don't meet these requirements because they're not meant to be homes. They're meant to be sheds, shelters, she sheds, man caves, lawnmower housings, whatever you want them for. These idiots getting pissed off and doxing commissioners and county managers, it does no good. If you can't be argued with and you can't be reasoned with, let me back up. Yeah, if you cannot be reasoned with to understand that these are state rules and that county government does not have the authority to change them, You need to quietly sit down, shut up, and go to the back of the room and let the adults talk, because you don't know what you're talking about. You can want to change it all day long. You can blame a commissioner all day long. All that does is make you the asshole, not the commissioner. The commissioner can't change it. Here's another thing. The commissioners in these counties are never going to come on social media and say this. They can't do that. A, it's just bad form. B, it could only get them in trouble. I am no longer an acting politician. I am no longer a county commissioner. I can say this stuff. I can share it with you because I don't have any rules saying that I can't. And I'm not running for re-election, so I don't have to worry about pissing off a taxpayer and getting that taxpayer in more trouble. What do you mean getting him in more trouble? Well, here's a good example. So some of these people want to come to these county commissioner meetings or FEMA meetings like they just made an ass of themselves at, like a county meeting. They had FEMA there, the state there, the news there, the commissioners, the county manager came to a meeting and just made an ass of themselves, trying to get people to come on the record with the answer they want them to give. Here's the problem. Those people can't give an answer. Commissioner Smith, do you agree that people should be able to have, these free homes as long as it has a roof and four walls and can be insulated? The only thing they can effectively say is no. And of course, then you just want to light them up because they can't say yes, and they can't tell you why, because they are currently working with the state, trying to get the state to change these rules, trying to work with groups like myself, trying to work with homeowners, people who have been displaced, victims. They are trying their best to help people. They cannot come out on the record. They certainly can't come out on Facebook and TikTok and social media and start posting stuff for a variety of rules most of you don't know, most of you aren't familiar with. I am an IT professional by trade. I was a county commissioner at the same time. There are tons of things I learned that I'm the only one in the county that knew because of what I do for a living. Cybersecurity, IT, blah, 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 blah. Point is, as a government official, if I come out and say something and make a post, you can literally come on there and call me everything but a son of God, and I cannot legally remove that post. You can insult my family, my heritage, anything that you want. I can't say a thing about it. I can't respond to it. I just have to take it. That's bullshit, and they don't have to deal with that. That's why most time county government employees, doesn't matter if they're commissioners or county managers or whatever, don't say a lot on social media. They don't say a lot on the news. They give broad stroke answers as a general rule. Now they're doing that to protect the actual victims, not to be a pain in the ass. I'll give you an example. We have a news crew that wants to come out to a home that we worked on, and want a county commissioner to come out, want the county manager to come out, the building inspector to come out and be there so they could do this news cycle. And the county staff are like, no way, nope, not doing it. Well, why not? Well, because here's what you don't know. If the county manager or the building inspector or county commissioner comes out there, God forbid the news puts a camera on them and a mic and says, hey, Commissioner, blah, 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 what do you think about this? The state now has proof that the county government knows that house is not currently livable by state standards. And because you pointed it out to the whole world, the only thing they can do now is kick that family out of that home and condemn it. That is the only legal choice you left them. What they have been doing, that most of you, again, don't freaking know, is they're calling groups like mine. This particular house, a county commissioner's one county commissioner has called me about 3 different homes that they knew were trouble. They knew needed something. They knew needed help. This family needed help. County commissioner calls me and says, Tommy, can your group do so and so? Hold on, man. Let me get the name, address, phone number, tell me the details. Our group goes out there and starts to solve the problem. Fix the roof, insulate the new ceiling. This lady's going to get new windows, new doors, because her house is dang near freezing. We're doing it. It's going to happen. The county just turns a blind eye. They don't see it. They don't need to see it, because if they see it like it is right now, knowing there's a mom and kid living there, they're required by law to let CPS and DSSS know and take that family out. And they know that's a stupid thing to do. They don't want to do that. There is no good place for that family to go, because all the motel rooms are full, the hotel rooms are full, the shelters are full, everything's full. Why would you rip a family out of a home? Well, I don't want to. Well, why did you do it? Because you guys made me do it when you drove me on the damn news. Or when you advertised the problem so loudly that I could no longer be expected to turn a blind eye to what was going on and let other people fix it. There are other people fixing these things, like us, like Rise Team, like Patriot Emergency Response Network, like the Western Carolina Emergency Response Team. I mean, there's so many groups. Cajun Navy, Black Red Truck, Beyond Experience, Cabins for Christ. There's so many groups doing what we're doing, helping people. But people would much rather just bitch and moan at local government and threaten them, and it's a waste of energy. It's a waste of effort. It's not helping. There are a lot of problems out there in Western Carolina. Building codes are one of them, but it's a two-edged sword. The problem is right now, people are politicizing that two-edged sword for their own gains. Right now, as we speak, right now, these issues are coming up at the state level. People are going, we need stricter building codes. We got to do this. We have to do that. And don't get me wrong, from a life safety standpoint, they're right. However, if they were to strengthen the building codes in such a way as we would ideally think is smart and safe for everybody, a huge majority of these homes couldn't even exist. That's true. Where I live, out here in the Piedmont, you have to have X amount of feet of setback. Your building has to be X feet from so-and-so. Your septic tank's got to be X feet from so-and-so. Like, for example, my septic field's got to be at least 50 feet from my house. My well has got to be 50 feet from anything else, including the house, plus 10 feet from the property line, plus this, plus that. We have all these zoning rules. The counties in the western side of the state, for the most part, don't have zoning rules. They don't have a lot of zoning departments at all. That means the only rules they have are the state rules. And right now, if you drag an RV to somebody's house and you set it up and they don't know about it, they're not going to bust your balls. But if you keep dragging this crap into news and trying to, I know it comes from a good place, but whoever you are, you're an idiot. You're making it worse, because they're trying to drag it out into the light and force the government to help. The only thing the government has the authority to do is hurt, which is why they're trying to not say anything. Okay? Local government. I mean, state government, you can blame them all you want. I had the same thing when I was a commissioner. There was a bunch of people that came to us about school problems. We want you to fix this and fix this and fix this. And I'm like, y'all, I don't have the authority. I mean, I said this all the time. I am the chairman of the board of commissioners. I am the single most powerful politician in the entire county. I can't change the toilet paper in the men's room without at least 3 more votes. That is what county, I mean, powerful. I can't change the flavor of soft drinks in the vending machine. That's how limited my authority was. County boards of commission set tax rates. They come up with new zoning rules. They amend local ordinances. They fund tax departments such as the school board, the sheriff's department, the educational system. My county has 26 departments, so they provide funding for all of those. That's what they do. They don't fight state rules because they can't, because the state has the authority to come down there and remove that commission. And don't think for a second a Democratic governor wouldn't love to have the opportunity to snatch out a Republican board. So yeah, you bitching and moaning at the county commissioners does nothing but hurt the people that they are trying so hard to help. I don't know how else to say it. Stop doing it. Speaking for my team, for Rise Team, and I can say this because I heard this from the CEO herself, and I agree with it. And I know her. I know the kind of organization that we are. We're not going to have any part of that. We're doing good work. We've helped about 100 homes by now, and we're going to continue to help. But getting involved in your anti-government crap will hinder us. Do you know how blessed we feel when a county official knows enough about us to pick up the phone and call me on my cell phone and say, Tommy, can you help this family? Yes, ma'am. I will go out of my way to help that family as quick as humanly possible, because the county government then sees that not only are we helping people, we are aggressively helping people. And then when I have to call that county commissioner back and ask them for a favor, I can get it. You know, hey, can you help us? I have a lady who has a ton of debris in her yard. She's an elderly lady, can't get out of her driveway. We have piled so much debris by the road, we can't pile anymore. I can pick up the phone and go, Commissioner, here's the address. Can you please ask DOT to take 5 minutes out of their day and come move this highway debris so I can pile more highway debris for them to come get again? And they do it. It's give and it's take. It's scratch my back, I scratch yours. We're all scratching the backs of the people that we're trying to help. I don't understand why people don't get this. I don't get it. Stop blaming local government. They cannot solve the problem. I don't know how else to say it. They can't. Building codes are building codes. They are state codes. If you want, this goes back to my school board conversation when people wanted to ask me to make changes or ask my board to make changes to the school board. My response in a public venue was, if you want to start a convoy to Raleigh, I will be the first one on the first seat of the bus. But don't bring it here to my building, because I can't do it. You just want to bitch and moan. I can't fix anything, and I can't, as a government official, I can't go on Facebook and defend myself against the bullshit that you're spewing. And that's not fair to those people. The fact that some of these dirtbags are giving death threats to these people, hold on, I'll find one or two of them. Here's one. So-and-so sent me, and you're a blank for kicking people out of their homes that Thomas came and built for them so they won't be out in the freezing effing cold because you guys are a piece of blank taking effing everything they got and effing not helping them. I hope you guys effing rot in hell and have, this person can't spell, and have and die a cold, painful, slow death. That was a voicemail to a county commissioner. Here's a great one. Dirty bitch, whore. That was just a message. Resign. Temporary housing for victims you kicked out of Amish built shelters. You absolute moron. You resign. What kind of inbred idiot even sends that? There's nothing. None of that is true. By the way, none of it. Go fold some clothes and stop making people homeless again, dumbass. Let me see. There's more. May you live 100 times the hell you just inflicted on the people of Western Carolina. You're an effing disgrace. You're a horrible human. I mean, they go on. That's what they're getting. You guys don't know how much time these people are spending working on the victim's behalf. You don't know they're calling people like me at 8:30 at night on a weekend and going, can you please come help this homeowner? County government is not designed, actually, let me back up and state this clearly. There is no government plan to deal with a catastrophe of these proportions in this geography anywhere. It's never happened before in the combined lifetimes of about everyone currently living. Okay? This area had an unprecedented attack from Mother Nature that it was not prepared for. And that is not government's fault, county manager's fault, commissioner's fault, the state's fault. That's just Mother Nature doing what she does, okay? God said it was time to clean house on some of these, and he did. I don't like it. You don't like it. I don't agree with it, but it is what it is. Now, if and when the next storm comes, yeah, there will be things fixed. There will be things better. But just because you think it's unfair that people are hurt or losing their stuff, sometimes their lives, doesn't make it someone else's fault. It's just life. It happened. It is currently happening. The county commissioners didn't do it. It didn't cause it. They're trying to fix it within the power they have. You don't know how much of a blind eye they're turning. I know it because I had the job. I know it because I can call them on the phone. I've talked to county managers, building inspectors, fire marshals, state FEMA reps, the state fire marshal, local FEMA reps, police, fire chiefs, EMS chiefs, all of those from multiple counties. And they know me, and they also probably know 100 other people that they can call, and their name won't be thrown on Facebook. They won't be. I can't even thank these people properly. I cannot come out and thank the people that you deserve to be thanking, because if I did it, I would just put them in the crosshairs of people who do have a job to enforce some of these rules. So me and very few people like myself and like our team know what these folks are doing, but we can't talk about it. I can tell you in general terms the way I've done here. Commissioners and county I can't say names. I can't tell you who some of these awesome people are that are working on your behalf, because if I do that, I ruin their ability to do their job. So what you need to be doing is thanking them for the job they're doing. And sometimes the thing you're thanking them for is doing nothing, because the only thing in their power is to take families out of these situations. It's stupid. It's dumb. They know it. I know it. You know it. But they don't have the power to fix it because it's not in their authority. And we just covered North Carolina General Statute 160A-4 and 153A-4 clearly state in law that they cannot make up rules that they haven't already been granted authority for. So there it is. It's clear. It's cut and dry. There's no reason to yell, bitch, moan, cry, dox, call out, or give death threats to local government officials. They're doing the best they can within the realm of what they can do. They're doing more than you know behind the scenes with groups like RISE, groups like the Patriot Emergency Response Team, the Western North Carolina Emergency Response Team, Mission Christmas, Red Truck Men, Cabins for Christ, Beyond Experience. That's just the 7 or 8 that I know of off the top of my head. They're doing this stuff every day, helping you. If you're one of these volunteer groups, understand this. Share it to your people, please. If you're a person that lives out there in the western part of the state, share it with your friends. Stop blaming people for stuff out of their control, and stop blaming them. Stop being mad because they can't do what you want any more than I can do what you want. No, in fact, I can do things more than they can do because I'm not a government official. Our volunteer team can do things. All these volunteer teams can do that and have been doing things. Just so you know, most of what's being done is being done illegally. Ta-da! But if you're the one getting it, you don't care. I can't go out and tear a culvert out and repack it and I can't change a waterway. That's a federal crime, by the way. We've all done it. I mean, I'm not a government official, and I ain't gonna say where, but once that storm shifts a waterway, it's a federal crime to go out there and change it back. Did you know that? No, we know that. We're still doing it sometimes because this guy's farm depends on that water that's been running down that mountain for 100 years. Now it just shifted. So we go bring it back. That's what we do. That's what these volunteer groups do. We're doing all we can. We are all doing all we can. And I'm sorry that I'm a little hostile today, but I'm tired. I'm just tired. That's the truth of it. I'm tired. We're all tired. I'm not even out there right now. I've been back home for 6 or 7 days, and I'm still burnt and exhausted and worn out. And I have the privilege of not even being there involved in it. I mean, it's 70 degrees here. I'm in a t-shirt and I'm hot. So the people that are there dealing with it every day, they're exhausted. And all they can do is keep going. Please remember that. Stop bashing them. And if you know some of these groups that are trying to cause all this stink, the best thing you can do and your group can do is walk away and tell them no. You're not going to be part of this new coalition bullcrap they're trying to build, because all they're going to do is hurt people. They just don't know it. And if you're one of these people that is just dead set on the fact that you're going to set up an RV and to hell with county permitting, or you're going to deliver a build a barn or she shed and call it a home, or you can call it what you want, but if you deliver that and then they wind up getting taken away and people told they can't use them, don't be mad at the government. Be mad at the dumbass that built it wrong, that didn't bother to learn what he was supposed to do this, because you can build them right. It's not hard. It's more expensive. It's not hard. In fact, it's the exact same process. It's just bigger boards. I don't even know why it's a problem. You could build these groups building this stuff could build it right. The problem is that they didn't bother to learn the rules before they showed up, and that sucks. We had to get out of that business. Rye's team has got out of the tiny home thing. We had some people that were really, really gung ho for it, and we finally had to go, you know what? There's a team that's doing it. In fact, one of our guys said, I'm going to another county because they don't have the rules. Idiot. Yes, they do. They have the same rules this county does, because if the county doesn't have zoning rules, then they defer to state rules, which are the same rules that the county that we're working in has. So nobody has less stringent rules than what we're already dealing with, which means anything you build like that is not going to be allowed. And it's not going to be able to have septic or water or permanent power run to it. So either do it right, do it to code, or just stop doing it. But stop underbuilding crap and then blaming someone else because you were too ignorant to do the job that you thought you knew how to do the right way. There are people that are doing it right, that know how to do it right, that have jobs doing it right. They're called general contractors. They're licensed in the state, and they know these rules. And if you call them on the phone, they can tell you these rules. But I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm a little bit angry about it. Sorry, I'm tired and frustrated. But I'm not necessarily pro-government or anti-government. It just depends on the day and the topic. But I am very much against people getting bullied that can't speak up for themselves. And county government employees and local and city government employees and council people and mayors are pretty much, for the most part, prevented by their lawyers, by their county attorneys and city attorneys, from speaking up to defend themselves. So keyboard warriors get to talk all the shit they want, and these people can never rebut it. It's not fair, it's not human, and it's not what we should strive to be as people. I hope some of this sticks. Share this video everywhere you can. I'm sorry it's long. I mean, at this point, it's a 33-minute sitcom. Have a wonderful day, folks. I'm out.